Right then, YouTube, it's time to tell you a story. Nick that intro off a video I saw. I thought I've got to have that. Okay, let's crack on. The story is how I got into this position today. It's been quite a journey. As you know, I'm a freelancer in the marketing world, but the journey I took to get here is a little bit of an odd one, and I'm sure you'll be interested because it's a little bit crazy. Anyway, let's take it back to what must be 4 or 5 years ago now, to when I was a quantity surveyor. And for those of you that don't know, a quantity surveyor is someone that works on the commercial side in construction to work out forecasts, profit margin percentages, all the financial stuff, work out how much money a job's going to make, like, for example, a new build housing development. So I was doing that, working hard in the numbers game, and it wasn't quite for me, and I knew that quite early on. However, I stayed there for 5 years. And some people enjoy the corporate world, working in an office, but for me, I found it a little bit boring and mind-numbing. Just the fact that I was sat in the same place, like the same 3 square meters for a good 5 years of my life, and I thought, I can't spend another year here, let alone another 20 years, even if I worked my way up to even managing director of the company. No matter what money I was earning, it just wasn't really fulfilling for me. Anyway, so, like I say, I was there for 5 years, and I basically went on a stag do holiday to Cyprus and returned back, and I had a lot of work to catch up on. I'm not going to go into details, but I ended up getting overloaded with stress, and I didn't sleep for what must have been about 2 or 3 nights in a row. I still carried on going into work, and I didn't realise it, but I was going into psychosis. So the people around me, from what I've heard now, in the office and friends and family, started to notice these strange changes in my mood, in my thoughts, how I was acting, and they knew something was up. But in myself, I thought I was completely normal, hyper-focused. It should have been a clue that I didn't feel tired, even though I'd had like 3 days no sleep. Somehow I'd had like this extra heightened energy. So for those of you who don't know what psychosis is, it's a mental health condition, and it can go on for any amount of time, to be honest. People can stay in psychosis for years. From what I've learned, the general time that someone's in psychosis is between like a week and 2 weeks, roughly. And in psychosis, you get delusional thoughts, paranoia. Your energy levels are elevated, like focused. To me, it felt like I was like charged on drugs or on a load of caffeine. And yeah, it was a weird scenario. I'm actually writing a book about it at the moment, because I want to educate those of you who don't know much about psychosis. You've heard the term. I want to teach you about it. I want it to be targeted to people that are currently going through psychosis and people that have been through psychosis, so they can learn from it, learn from my experiences, maybe feel more human. And if they're caring for someone that's also going through it, then they know how to help them at the same time and how to deal with them. So if you want to sign up for the waiting list for this book, I've put a link in the description, but also the website's mikemcdonald.co.uk. You know I'm a web designer, but just bear in mind that this website is just bare bones. But on the homepage, I've just added a waiting list form, so you can type your email in there. You won't get any spammy marketing emails. Just hit submit, and I know that you're interested in the book, and then I can give you the release date. And I'm going to publish it through Amazon KDP, so I can just send you the link when it's ready. Okay, so that's the psychosis. I'll finish off talking a little bit more about that, and then how I got into where I am today. So, yes, when that psychosis hit, I actually quit my job as a quantity surveyor because I knew deep down anyway that it wasn't for me, the job, but that was like, I just had this extreme confidence. I was like, right, I'm quitting, I'll be fine. And I did. So I quit then. And then a couple of days later, I went into hospital, a psychiatric hospital. Talk more about this in the book. But I was in A&E for about 12 hours. And then they drove me to, like I say, a psychiatric hospital where I was there for a 28-day section. And I came out, started to slowly recover on a heavy dose of medication. Medication changed because it wasn't quite right for me. I was shaking, I was like really nervous, had suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. And then I relapsed, and then I found myself back in hospital again for another 28-day section with people that were also going through psychosis and schizophrenia and different mental health conditions. Really quite scary, but for some reason I actually quite enjoyed bits of it as well. And that was luckily the last time I went in. So after that 28 days, I came out. The medication, sometimes some of the things I can't quite remember because I was out of it. But when the medication started to reduce, but the same medication that I was on in that second section, so when I came out, I was really tired, where I was heavily dosed up. But as the medication started to reduce, but the same type of medication, I started to come back to myself. I was unemployed, and I was unemployed for a good few months. But I decided that I wanted to sell something online because I didn't have much energy. I wanted to work from home, and I wanted to just try something new. Started to make and sell gift hampers. So if any of you know me, you may have even bought a hamper from me. Thanks for that. You're supporting me in a time of need. And I experienced online shopping through Etsy, Amazon Seller Central. And I did that for probably 3 or 4 months from there, maybe 5. And I was just like, this is not for me. Packing these boxes, the rooms were full from the floor to the ceiling with these boxes. And I thought, yeah, this is, again, not quite my passion. And I've always been really into health and fitness. So I thought I'm going to give it a go at personal training and online coaching. And that was much more enjoyable. So again, I was working remotely, running an online business. And I did that for 2 years. Learned a lot. Got quite a few clients, and I was sort of marketing myself online through social media, making videos, talking to the camera. Did quite enjoy that, but I found that financially there wasn't as much money that I was expecting there to be in that. So I had the opportunity to work for my partner's mum, some mother-in-law, in her business that she runs, a successful pet supplement company. And I was a sort of an internal digital marketing manager for her. Again, really enjoyed it. And because when I left school, I did web design and things like basic like SEO and coding. I thought, you know what, like, I'm quite enjoying this. I think I could do it. I think I could earn from this. So I worked with her for probably 6 months or so, and then started to take on at the same time other clients, so local restaurants and things like that. Yeah, and then I had like a 50-50 employment style, so I was partly working for her and then partly taking on other clients. And I just started to build on that, and then I slowly phased out working for her mum, and yeah, my business is just slowly growing week on week, and then we are where we're here today. So yeah, that's the story. You know how I've got here. I'm going to try and keep it short. We're on 10 minutes at the moment, but like I say, if you want to learn more about the mental health side of things, you can join the waiting list on the website, or you could email me or write a comment in the comment section. I'm really open to talking about it, and I think the more I talk about it, the more it helps others and encourages them to open up as well. So if you enjoyed this one, then yeah, let me know in the comments, give it a like, and I'll create more like this. But thanks for watching. Take care, guys, and yeah, look forward to the next one.